When Lewis had stepped out of the office, the air felt strange. A day ago, the air had been so hot it would slip hair off a polar bear. But now it was cold, East Coast cold, like the first breath of winter has come. Lewis walked towards the town hall, making way past the crowds of people congregating in front of the podium. He walked next to the podium, sitting on top and looking out at the crowd. Looks of worry were on everyone's faces. Worry about the creature, the 2 deaths caused by it, and the financial crisis on the horizon. He saw a few children in the crowd, shivering in the cold, their mothers too busy in conversations to take heed of their children. After a few minutes, Mayor Hiram walked up to the podium, holding a sheet of parchment. He cleared his throat, but the crowd was too busy in worried conversation to worry about the mayor. "People!" he shouted. "People, please!" Still barely a glance from the crowd, Hiram turned to Lewis, nodding as if in silent conversation. Lewis aimed his pistol in the air, shooting it, causing the entire crowd to duck and shout. Hiram had a satisfied look on his face. "All right," he said, holding up his parchment. "Now I know we have suffered a great tragedy. The loss of Arthur Mulligan and Dr. Robert Carrington are great tragedies." The sound of sobbing can be heard of Ethel, comforted by her son Thomas. As for the unfortunate creature that felled them, it was a slave that starved into madness in the mines. Shocked and hateful murmurs are heard in the crowd. "Of course, a darky. I heard the tribes engage in such evil. Disgusting." Lewis's brow furrowed. He didn't like the idea of slavery, but the thought of this hateful thought looming over his hometown disgusts him. "Now," Hiram continued, "as for the mining operations in Ironside, what caused the cave-in was sabotage. We plan to investigate the cause of this great tragedy. To avoid further tragedy, all mining operations are hereby halted for 2 weeks." Angry shouts are heard from the crowd. "What about our jobs? This is a mining town. How are we going to make money? All this because of a savage slave." Lewis fired again into the air to try and settle them. "Enough!" Lewis shouted. "Good job, Sheriff," Hiram said, dusting himself off after recoiling from the loud noise. "Now this meeting is adjourned. Rest easy, Brook Springs. Justice will be served."